Tonight, a search for the killer of a woman found dead in a car on the Cross County Parkway in Westchester County.
Yeah, police say 33-year-old Ariela Mejia-Polanco had been shot several times. Her body was discovered Sunday morning. She was a nightlife influencer with 500,000 followers.
And tonight, those followers are hoping investigators are successful in their efforts to figure out who killed her and why.
Here's Omni News reporter Anthony Carlo.
I don't know what y'all be on. Y'all go for shit, I wouldn't. I'm up 300 a book. Bitch, I don't play for the Nets, but I'm gon' shoot shit up by Brooklyn. Every time I'm cooking, he know I put my foot in. Leo bitch get with a boss. She can't give you none but pussy. Pretty boy can't take me home. Lotto want an Al Capone. T-shirt with no panties on. Fuck 'em to my favorite song. Yeah. And don't. Yeah. Bitches, yeah.
In the bustling streets of New York City, where nightlife thrives and cultures collide, one name became synonymous with energy, style, and authenticity: Ariela La Langosta Mejia-Polanco. At just 33 years old, Ariela's life was tragically cut short, but her legacy lives on through the countless people she touched with her radiant presence. If you're fascinated by powerful stories, unforgettable legacies, and shocking true crime cases, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Stay tuned as we dive into the life of Ariela La Langosta, a woman who left an undeniable mark on NYC's nightlife and social media. Known for her unforgettable charisma and infectious personality, Ariela captivated the world as a social media influencer and nightlife personality. With over 550,000 followers on Instagram, she became a staple in the digital age, using her platform not only to share her love for fashion and lifestyle, but to connect deeply with her fans. On August 17, 2025, her life was tragically cut short. Ariela was found dead in her vehicle on the Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon, New York. Authorities have confirmed that she was the victim of a targeted shooting, leaving her family, friends, and followers devastated. This documentary is a tribute to her life, her journey, and the void she leaves behind. Ariela's life was a testament to the power of individuality, a reminder of how one person can influence an entire community. She embodied the spirit of New York City, bold, fearless, and unapologetically herself. Though she was taken from us too soon, Ariela's memory will continue to inspire and resonate. This documentary is dedicated to exploring the moments that made her unique, the people who loved her, and the impact she had on those fortunate enough to know her. Ariela Mejia-Polanco, known to her followers as La Langosta, was born in the Dominican Republic. Raised in a culture where family, community, and music shaped daily life, Ariela was destined to leave her mark. From the moment she stepped into the world, her vibrancy was undeniable, reflecting the warmth and energy of her homeland. Though she rose to fame in the heart of New York City's nightlife scene, her roots were firmly planted in the Caribbean. Born into a tight-knit Dominican family, Ariela learned early on the value of hard work, resilience, and deep connection to her culture. Her upbringing was steeped in traditions that emphasized celebration, togetherness, and the beauty of life. Her early years were filled with laughter, love, and a sense of community. Family gatherings were vibrant, always overflowing with music and conversation, a reflection of the values she would carry throughout her life. It was in this environment that Ariela developed her distinctive spirit, one that combined the warmth of her culture with a deep desire to connect with others. But as much as she loved her home, Ariela's dreams eventually led her beyond the shores of the Dominican Republic. In pursuit of greater opportunities, she moved to New York City, a place that would become her second home and the platform for her to shine on the world stage. New York, a city of dreams, diversity, and constant movement. Here, Ariela would carve out her place in the world. Though the city was overwhelming at first, it became the backdrop for her journey of reinvention and self-discovery. In this urban jungle, she would forge new relationships, pursue her passion for fashion, and ultimately become a force in the nightlife and social media scenes. Adjusting to life in the United States wasn't easy. Ariela faced many challenges: a new culture, a different way of life, and the pressure of carving out a future for herself. But in typical Ariela fashion, she embraced every obstacle with resilience. She knew what she wanted and wasn't afraid to go after it. Whether it was modeling, bartending, or eventually becoming an influencer, Ariela's determination and work ethic were evident from the start. It was through her work in the nightlife scene, specifically as a bartender in some of New York's most popular lounges, that Ariela began to build her network and gain recognition. People were drawn to her energy, her authenticity, and her warm, welcoming nature. It didn't take long for her to realize that her true passion lay in connecting with people and sharing her life with a wider audience. Social media became Ariela's next step. She began posting about her love for fashion, nightlife, and the diverse experiences of living in New York. What started as a personal account soon grew into a platform where she could showcase her personality, her style, and her love for life. People began to take notice, not just her friends and family, but a growing community of fans who found her story and energy inspiring. As the lights of New York City illuminated her path, Ariela's journey was far from ordinary. What began as a personal social media account soon became the launchpad for a career that would take her to new heights. Ariela's personality, her warmth, confidence, and unfiltered authenticity resonated with thousands, then millions. With over 550,000 followers on Instagram, Ariela became a modern-day influencer, a social media star who captivated her audience, not through curated perfection, but by simply being herself. Whether posting fashion tips, a behind-the-scenes look at her nightlife adventures, or giving her followers a glimpse into her personal world, Ariela's authenticity was her greatest asset. It wasn't just her stylish outfits or glamorous events that drew people in. It was the way she made her fans feel. Ariela had a special ability to connect with her audience. Her charisma made you feel as though you were part of her world, sharing in the joy, laughter, and excitement that came with her rise. Don't forget to like this video if you're learning something new about Ariela's incredible journey. And if you're as captivated by her story as we are, make sure to subscribe to stay updated on the latest episodes of this tribute documentary. Let's keep her legacy alive together. According to a fan, Ariela was like a friend you never met. She didn't put on a show. What you saw was what you got. She was real, and that's why so many of us followed her. She made you feel like you were right there with her. As her online presence grew, so did her opportunities. Ariela began collaborating with major brands and influencers, further cementing her status as one of New York's most influential nightlife personalities. Her eye for fashion and impeccable sense of style caught the attention of high-end brands looking to tap into the influencer market. Ariela became more than just a face. She was a trendsetter, shaping the cultural conversation around nightlife, fashion, and Dominican American identity in New York City. Her collaborations didn't stop at fashion. Ariela's presence in music videos, including a starring role in Tekashi, 6ix9in's 2023 music video WAP, showcased her as an undeniable force in both the nightlife and entertainment worlds. The video was a celebration of her vibrant energy, putting her front and center in a global spotlight. Through these collaborations, Ariela showed the world that she wasn't just another influencer. She was a cultural icon in the making. Her ability to connect with people from all walks of life made her an integral part of New York's social scene, and her influence extended far beyond her Instagram feed. From city lounges to exclusive fashion events, Ariela's life was a whirlwind of excitement and new experiences. But at the core of it all was her genuine desire to inspire others, particularly young women, who saw in her the possibility of carving out their own path, just as she had done. Ariela once said in her Instagram post, "You gotta stay true to yourself, never be afraid to be real. People want to connect with you, not with some fake version of yourself. You're a queen, so own it." Through her stories, her posts, and the way she lived her life, Ariela became more than just an influencer. She became a voice of empowerment. Her message was simple: be unapologetically yourself and the world will follow. As her social media following blossomed, so did her role in shaping New York City's nightlife. From icon New York to starlet of NY, Ariela's name became synonymous with the pulse of the city's social scene. Whether bartending or partying with friends, She was always at the center of it all, creating unforgettable moments for those lucky enough to be in her orbit. In a city that never sleeps, Ariela became a beacon of energy and inspiration. She was living proof that with passion, dedication, and a little bit of heart, dreams could come true, even in the world's most competitive city. At Icon, New York, a popular lounge in Manhattan, Ariela became a fixture, known for her quick wit, charm, and ability to make everyone feel welcome. She transformed an ordinary night out into an unforgettable experience. Her reputation as a fun, engaging host spread quickly, making her one of the most sought-after personalities in the city's bustling nightlife scene. Colleague testimonial. Ariela wasn't just a bartender. She was the heart and soul of the club. People came to Icon not just for the drinks, but for the vibe she created. She had this magnetic energy that lit up the room every time she walked in. You couldn't help but love her. As her influence grew, so did her opportunities. Starlet of NY, one of the city's most exclusive venues, became another chapter in her career. Here, Ariela's presence was felt everywhere, from the VIP section to the dance floor. She wasn't just a personality, she was an icon, living proof of what it meant to be unapologetically yourself in a city where every moment is an opportunity. It wasn't just about the spotlight, though. Ariela's genuine nature allowed her to build lasting relationships with everyone she met. From fellow influencers to celebrities, her close friendships with artists, including the likes of Tekashi, 6ix9in, solidified her role as a respected figure in both the nightlife and music industries. Ariela's career took another significant leap when she appeared in Tekashi, 6ix9in's 2023 music video, Pie. The video showcased not just her beauty, but her energy and boldness, capturing the essence of her persona. It was an electrifying moment, one that introduced her to an even wider audience, allowing her to leave an indelible mark on the entertainment world. The Wape video wasn't just a career highlight for Ariela. It was a moment where her charisma and confidence truly shone. She blended seamlessly with the high-octane energy of the shoot, and her chemistry with the artist made her presence undeniable. It was another notch in her growing legacy. But Ariela was never one to rest on her laurels. She continued to build her brand, balancing her nightlife appearances with collaborations, sponsorships, and media engagements. She became a sought-after figure in the fashion industry, where designers began to request her presence at their events. Drawn to her unique sense of style and influence, fashion was more than just an interest for Ariela. It was a form of self-expression. From street style to high fashion, she set trends, combining her Dominican roots with the pulse of New York's fashion scene. She quickly became an ambassador for several brands, with her followers eagerly awaiting every new look she posted. Her influence wasn't limited to just online or in the clubs. Ariela began to take on speaking roles and panel discussions, where she shared her experiences as a Latina influencer, breaking barriers in an industry that often lacked representation. She wasn't just a role model for aspiring influencers. She was a voice for the community, advocating for the importance of authenticity and representation in media. Through it all, Ariela remained true to herself. Her social media presence was a testament to her belief in self-love, empowerment, and unapologetic confidence. Whether posting a glamorous photo or sharing a heartfelt message, Ariela used her platform to remind her followers of their worth, encouraging them to embrace their individuality and pursue their dreams. Her career was a testament to the power of passion, perseverance, and self-expression. Ariela's career highlights are more than just milestones. They are the story of a woman who carved her own path and inspired others to do the same. Behind the glitz and glamour of her public persona, Ariela La Langosta Mejia-Polanco was also a mother, a sister, and a friend. While the world knew her as an influencer and nightlife star, those who were closest to her saw a woman of deep love, loyalty, and generosity. At the heart of Ariela's world were her two young daughters, the greatest loves of her life. Despite her busy career, Ariela always made sure to carve out time for them. She was a mother first, and her bond with her daughters was evident in everything she did. To Ariela, family wasn't just a priority. It was the foundation of her strength. Her friendships were equally important. Known for her big heart and unwavering support, Ariela was always there for her friends, ready to lift them up and offer a kind word. She believed in the power of community, and it showed in the deep bonds she formed with those around her. Don't forget to like this video if you're learning something new about Ariela's incredible journey, and if you're as captivated by her story as we are. Make sure to subscribe to stay updated on the latest episodes of this tribute documentary. Let's keep her legacy alive together. Friend testimonial. Ariela had this way of making you feel like you were the most important person in the room. She wasn't just there for the good times. She was there when you needed someone to talk to. She was supportive, always ready to listen or offer advice. Her loyalty and generosity were unmatched. Ariela gave her all to her friends and loved ones, often going out of her way to make sure they felt valued and loved. Her strength wasn't just in her ability to navigate the world of social media or nightlife. It was in how she cared for the people who mattered most. Her circle of friends included fellow influencers, artists, and creatives, but she never let her fame change the essence of who she was. Ariela remained grounded, cherishing the simple moments of life, from family dinners to weekend get-togethers with friends. For Ariela, success was meaningful only when shared with those she loved. Ariela's personal life wasn't without its challenges, but she faced them head-on. Her relationships, like all of ours, had their highs and lows, but she was always committed to her loved ones, pouring her heart into the people who mattered to her most. Despite her public persona, Ariela was known to be deeply reflective, often speaking about the importance of staying true to oneself, even when the world tried to pull you in different directions. She was candid about her struggles and never hesitated to remind her followers that they weren't alone in their battles. Ariela said in one of her clips, "Life's not always easy, but we've got to keep going. You can't let the bad days break you. Keep pushing, keep fighting for your happiness, and remember you're not alone." Ariela's love for her daughters was unconditional, and it was evident in every word she spoke and every action she took. Her legacy, in many ways, will live on through them, a reminder of the love, care, and strength she brought to every aspect of her life. Though Ariela's career and public life were filled with excitement and adventure, her heart belonged to her family. Her daughters were her world, and the love she gave them will continue to be felt by those who were lucky enough to witness their mother's unwavering devotion. Family friend tribute. Ariela was everything to her kids. She was the best mom anyone could ask for, loving, patient, and always there. Her love for them was immeasurable, and we all knew that no matter how big her career got, her family always came first. Ariela La Langosta. Mejia-Polanco's impact went far beyond her social media following or her work in the nightlife industry. She wasn't just a fixture of New York City's party scene. She was a cultural force, a trendsetter whose influence was felt across communities. From the neon lights of Manhattan's exclusive lounges to the heart of Brooklyn's vibrant streetwear culture, Ariela's name became synonymous with New York nightlife. But her impact wasn't just confined to the clubs and bars. She was a beacon for those who sought to express themselves boldly, unapologetically, and authentically. Born in the Dominican Republic, Ariela maintained a deep connection to her roots throughout her life. As a proud Dominican American, she became a symbol of cultural pride and representation for the Latinx community in New York City. Through her work and her presence, she brought attention to the unique beauty of Dominican culture and shared it with the world. In fashion, Ariela's bold sense of style resonated with a new generation of Latina women and men alike. Her ability to blend traditional Dominican flair with contemporary streetwear and luxury fashion made her a trendsetter in the city. She wasn't just following the trends, she was creating them, showing her followers that style wasn't about money. It was about self-expression. Fashion follower accounts that Ariela was everything. She was always on top of trends, but she made them her own. She would mix high-end fashion with streetwear, and it was never forced. It felt real. Watching her was like watching someone from our own community take the world by storm, showing us that we can all shine. Influencer testimonial. Ariela was one of the first to really push that boundary between the nightlife world and the digital space. She wasn't just on Instagram for the glitz and glam. She made sure to connect with the people who followed her. Her authenticity wasn't something you could fake, and that's what made her such a force. Ariela's influence extended far beyond New York City. As a social media personality, she inspired thousands of young people across the country and beyond. Her Instagram wasn't just a place to post photos. It was a platform for self-empowerment, body positivity, and the celebration of individuality. She encouraged her followers to embrace their roots, their culture, and their unique beauty. Her followers felt like they knew her. She made time to respond to messages, offer advice, and share moments of her own life. In many ways, Ariela was more than just a celebrity. She was a mentor, a friend, and a guide for those navigating the complexities of social media and modern life. In the Dominican American community, Ariela's impact was especially profound. She was more than just a personality. She was a voice for a generation that was often underrepresented in mainstream media. Her work highlighted the importance of embracing one's heritage while pushing for greater recognition and equality in spaces traditionally dominated by other cultures. Community member testimonial. She was the face of what it means to be a Dominican woman in New York City. She didn't hide who she was. She wore it like a badge of honor. When she posted about her heritage, we all felt proud. She made us feel like we mattered. Even after her tragic passing, Ariela's influence continues to echo. Tributes from her fans and the community pour in daily, a testament to how deeply she touched the lives of those who admired her. Her role as a cultural ambassador, as someone who brought Dominican culture into the spotlight and used her platform to uplift others, will forever be remembered. Ariela's legacy isn't just in the fashion trends she set or the nightlife scene she ruled. It's in the countless people she inspired to be bold, be proud, and be themselves. For the Dominican American community, she was a beacon of what it means to stand tall in a city full of voices and to never apologize for who you are. Ariela La Langosta. Mejia-Polanco's legacy will continue to live on in the hearts of those she touched. A reminder that true influence doesn't come from fame or fortune. It comes from the ability to inspire others to embrace their own power, their own beauty, and their own story. The cause of her death was confirmed to be gunshot wounds, and authorities quickly classified it as a targeted homicide, a violent act that shattered the lives of her family, friends, and millions of fans. Ariela's death sent shockwaves through the city and beyond. The woman who had once been the embodiment of joy, laughter, and social media connection was gone in an instant, leaving an overwhelming sense of grief and confusion. Her death was not just another headline. It was a moment of deep sorrow for her family and the vast community she had cultivated. For those who knew her, and even those who only knew her through social media, the loss was a personal one. Investigators states that we are treating this as a targeted shooting. At this time, we are following several leads but have no immediate suspects. We are doing everything we can to bring justice for Ariela. While authorities continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding her death, the question on everyone's mind was why. Who could have wanted to harm a woman so beloved, so full of life, and so dedicated to bringing joy to others? Across social media, Ariela's followers were left grappling with the sudden, senseless nature of her death. Tributes flooded in from fans and colleagues alike, all struggling to comprehend the loss of someone who had brought so much light into the world. Rest in peace to my sister, the Queen of New York. You were always there for me, and I can't believe you're gone. You'll always be remembered. La Langosta forever. Among the most emotional tributes came from those who had known Ariela personally, including fellow nightlife personalities and artists. Her closest friends and collaborators were left to process the devastating reality that their loved one had been taken from them far too soon. Family member, Ariela was everything to us. She was a daughter, a mother, a sister, and a friend. We can't understand why this happened. All we want is justice for our girl. The emotional toll on Ariela's family was immeasurable. To them, she was not just a public figure. She was the center of their world. And now they were left to grapple with the loss of a woman whose warmth and love had touched so many. The days following her passing were marked by an outpouring of grief and love from her followers, friends, and the community at large. In New York City, where her influence had been undeniable, people took to the streets to honor her life. Not just as an influencer or nightlife personality, but as someone who had given them a sense of belonging. Ariela's followers spoke of how she had inspired them to embrace their true selves, to chase their dreams, and to live boldly. For many, her death represented not just the loss of a person, but the loss of a light, someone whose spirit had given so much joy. Pipping. She made me feel like I could be myself, like I wasn't just another face in the crowd. I looked up to her so much. It's hard to believe she's really gone. I'll always remember her and the way she made us all feel like we mattered. In the wake of her passing, the investigation into Ariela's death continues. Authorities are working tirelessly to uncover the truth behind her untimely and senseless death. But for now, the world remains in mourning, grieving the loss of a woman who had so much more to give. Though her life was tragically cut short, Ariela's impact is undeniable. Her energy, her authenticity, and her legacy will continue to inspire for years to come. And as her loved ones fight for justice, her memory will live on in the hearts of all who knew her. In the wake of Ariela La Langosta, Mejia-Polanco's tragic death, the floodgates of grief opened. From close friends and family to fans and colleagues across the world, the outpouring of love and tributes was immediate and overwhelming. In her passing, Ariela was mourned by a community she had helped to shape, both in New York's nightlife and on social media. Rest in peace to my sister, Ariela. I can't believe this is real. You were one of a kind, always there for me and always spreading love. New York will never be the same without you. La Langosta forever. Among the first to express their grief was one of Ariela's closest friends and collaborators, rapper Tekashi 6ix9in. The two had shared not just professional ties, but a bond built on mutual respect and deep friendship. His words reflected the heartache of many who had known Ariela both personally and professionally. The iconic venues where Ariela had worked, Icon New York and Starlet of NY, also felt the weight of her loss. Both locations temporarily closed in the days following her death as employees and patrons came together to mourn. To those who knew her in these spaces, Ariela wasn't just a bartender or entertainer. She was family. Ariela was the heartbeat of Icon. She wasn't just a bartender. She was the one who made people feel welcome, who made every night feel like a celebration. When she walked into a room, you knew the energy was about to shift. She had that power, and that's why everyone loved her. Her presence was magnetic, whether she was behind the bar or on the dance floor. Ariela's ability to connect with people on a personal level made her unforgettable. She had a gift for making everyone around her feel like they mattered. For her followers, Ariela was more than just a social media star. She was a role model, a friend, and an inspiration. Many shared how she had impacted their lives, offering support, style tips, and encouragement. Her posts had a way of making people feel seen, something rare in the digital world. I remember I was going through a really hard time, and Ariela posted this message about embracing yourself no matter what. It helped me get through that day. She didn't know me, but she made me feel like I wasn't alone. She had a gift for that. Ariela's influence was not limited to her work in the nightlife, scene or on social media. Her messages of self-love, resilience, and authenticity resonated deeply with her audience. For many, Ariela had become a symbol of strength and positivity. Ariela was a staple in the New York fashion scene. When she wore something, it was like she was telling everyone, "This is what's hot. This is what you should be paying attention to." She had an eye for trends. But more than that, she had the confidence to own them. And that's what made her stand out. She wasn't afraid to be herself. Through her collaborations and partnerships, Ariela had become a tastemaker in the fashion and nightlife scenes. She was always ahead of the curve, setting trends and inspiring others to do the same. And while her public persona was defined by her career and social media presence, those closest to her knew Ariela as a loving mother. To her two young daughters, she was everything: a protector, a provider, and a source of endless love. Ariela loved her girls more than anything. They were her world, and though she's gone, We will make sure they grow up knowing just how much their mother loved them, how special she was, and how many lives she touched. Ariela La Langosta Mejia-Polanco's life, though tragically cut short, will forever echo in the hearts of those who knew her. Her legacy isn't defined by the circumstances of her death, but by the vibrancy she brought to the world, the energy, the joy, and the love she so freely shared with everyone she met. Across New York City and beyond, tributes continue to pour in. From heartfelt social media posts to candlelight vigils, Ariela's spirit lives on in the outpouring of love from her fans, her friends, and the countless lives she touched. Ariela was like family. She wasn't just an influencer, she was real. She made us feel like we were part of her world, like we mattered. When I first saw her post, I thought, I want to be as unapologetically myself as she is. She really taught us to be confident and proud of who we are. From the heart of the nightlife scene to the digital realm, Ariela redefined what it meant to be an influencer. She didn't just follow trends, she set them. Whether it was in her fashion, her lifestyle, or the way she engaged with her followers. Ariela was always authentic, always true to herself. Her social media wasn't just a platform, it was a window into her soul. Ariela's posts were filled with love for her culture, her family, and her city. Through her, many discovered a new side of New York City, a side that thrived on connection, joy, and unapologetic individuality. Ariela La Langosta Mejia-Polanco may no longer be with us in body, but her legacy lives on in the spirit of New York, in the hearts of her family and friends, and in the stories of all who were touched by her. As we remember Ariela, let us not focus solely on the tragedy of her passing, but celebrate the life she lived, a life that was full of love, laughter, and unapologetic authenticity. She was and always will be a shining star. Ariela's legacy lives on, and we want to keep her memory strong. If you want to see more inspiring stories and true crime documentaries, subscribe now, share this video with others to honor her life, and let's continue the conversation in the comments below. According to officials, the police are treating Ariela's death as a carefully orchestrated crime. Investigators have not yet released detailed information about suspects or a potential motive, though they've made it clear that no stone will be left unturned. Law enforcement is focusing on several leads, but the details of their investigation remain largely confidential. In the wake of Ariela's passing, there has been an overwhelming desire for answers, not just from her, family and friends, but from the public as well. Eyewitness, I didn't see much that night, but when I heard about what happened, it really hit hard. She was always so full of life. I just don't understand why something like this would happen. I know the cops are doing their best to find out who did this, and I hope they get justice for her and her family. Public reaction has ranged from shock to disbelief. Ariela was known by so many people, and the fact that her death was targeted only adds to the pain and confusion. At the time of the investigation, no suspects have been named, and the police have asked the public to refrain from speculation. They are urging anyone with information to come forward and assist in bringing clarity to the case. Police Department, if you have any information that may assist with this case, please contact the Mount Vernon Police Department. All tips will be kept confidential, and we encourage anyone with information to come forward. The investigation continues as a priority, with officials promising to pursue every lead until justice is served. While the process may take time, the police are committed to uncovering the truth about what happened that fateful night. Despite the challenges, the investigation remains a beacon of hope for those seeking closure. But as the case unfolds, it is important that the public respects the process and avoids jumping to conclusions. Even in the wake of such tragedy, the community has come together, not only to mourn, but to support the investigation and, most importantly, Ariela's family. Her death, though shrouded in mystery, has united people in their desire for justice. Although much remains unknown, investigators remain steadfast in their commitment to uncovering the truth. In the coming weeks and months, the Mount Vernon Police Department and local authorities will continue to work tirelessly, piecing together the evidence, speaking with witnesses, and hopefully leading to a resolution Ariela's story is far from over. Though her life was tragically cut short, the search for justice continues, for her family, her friends, and for the community she touched. In the days ahead, the truth will emerge, but until then, the memory of Ariela La Langosta will live on in the hearts of those who loved her.